so much that's been said. I can agree with virtually all of it. It's all about the long run. It's all about, as you phrased it, sustainable growth, and that's terrific and that's great. And I'm worried we ever get there, right? That we are still in the middle of such a problem. And I think it's been mentioned, Europe is still so far from being out of the woods that until we get growth going soon and strong in a lot of advanced countries, I think all of this discussion may be all pie in the sky because we're headed into very dark waters.
And is the essential reason because of political dysfunction and the sheer power of politics, and that you cannot be a policymaker until you get elected?
I mean, we have seen, I think the way to describe Europe, they have done amazing things. But each time they haven't quite done enough, right? And so it has been always a little bit behind. And it has been amazing the things that 2 years ago I would have said, of course they would never have done some of these things. But the sad fact is, you know, they're not doing enough. And yes, it is political constraints, yet it is perhaps a limitation of vision. I think sometimes it's a limitation of just realizing how incredibly serious this is. And I think there's so much of a sense among policymakers, I mean, I've seen it myself, of wanting to say, phew, at least we can finally stop. And we can't finally stop. We are still in the midst of a very difficult situation.
How will we know when we can stop?
How will we know when we'll stop? Because all
How
of
will
the,
we know? Yes.
I mean, unemployment rates will be back down, countries will be growing again, we've dealt with our budget deficits. Yes, there are all of those things, and we're all...
Do you not buy the idea of a new normal?
I don't. I mean, not yet. Exactly what I'm petrified of is that we're going to have a new normal, because the one thing that would make the new normal be for permanently higher unemployment is for it to stay high for the next couple of years. That's exactly the kind of